Ladies and gentlemen, Youngsville, Louisiana, we continue the kickboxing action. Your next bout this evening will be 3 2-minute rounds of featherweight kickboxing action. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this is Charles Killuminati Clark.
Cage. No stranger to the Ragin Fighting Championship arena. Charles Killuminati Clark. 5 amateur mixed martial arts fights under his belt. 6 foot tall, 25 years of age. 145 pounds.
Hey. You know that girl, that wrestler,
And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This is Brandon, Barbinger Banks.
So we got Brendan, the Banger Banks, making his way to the ring. He's fighting out of Performance Evolution in Lake Charles, and this is also his 5th MMA amateur fight.
Final touches for Brendan Banks as he prepares for battle against the Killuminati, Charles Clark. This should be a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen.
He also won a kickboxing match in November.
Brendan Banks, ready for action.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will be 3 2-minute rounds of amateur featherweight kickboxing action. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the Chapman's AC and Heating blue corner. This man representing Core UFC Jim Sherwood, sitting at 6 foot tall, weighing in at 147 pounds. From Baker, Louisiana, he is Charles Killuminati Clark. And his opponent across the cage and fighting out of the Cloto Construction and Roofing red corner. This man representing Performance Evolution Fight Team, standing at 5'8", weighing in at 148 pounds. From Lake Charles, Louisiana, he is Brandon the Banger Banks.
Referee Kerry Mullins with final instructions between these two fighters. How insane is this? This is a kickboxing fight. It's an amateur kickboxing fight, and both these guys have 4-ounce gloves, no shin guards, and they're fighting kickboxing. I mean, this is insane. You're only going to see this type of action here at Ragin Fighting Championship. Clark opens up with the leg kick. Once again, southpaw versus conventional matchup. Side kick from Clark against the man known as the Banger, Brendan Banks, to see if he can live up to his name. Both fighters coming into this matchup with 5 amateur mixed martial arts fights under their belts. Banks now looking to open up that right hand, see if he can catch something on the taller fighter in Clark. But right now, Clark doing a good job in controlling the range of this fight, using his length, keeping Banks at bay. Nothing solid has landed yet between these two fighters.
Clark showing some nice kicks, though.
Banks caught that one. Wasn't able to follow up with anything. Banks trying to counter. Coming on. But Clark doubling up with those kicks. Inside leg kick there from Clark, followed by the outside. Banks having a hard time here breaking through the barrier that Clark has created with his length. And Clark doing a good job keeping Banks at bay at the full range of motion. He has controlled this round thus far.
Controlled the round, controlled the ring. He was dancing the whole time.
Pretty easy round to score in my opinion. I give that one to Clark based off of whatever strikes were landed in that round, or mostly the kicks and the ring control. Banks not able to find a solid spacing to land anything good. Let's see if he can narrow that down in round number 2. It's tough taking on taller fighters like that. You have to break through on the inside and make it an ugly fight to make up for that reach disadvantage. And right now, Clark is pretty much having his way with Banks. Hasn't landed anything solid, but has kept control of the distance so far. The banger in Banks needs to close that gap, find his way to break through the inside, and land something big onto Clark and get his attention. We'll see how this story unfolds here as we're about to start round number 2. Banks opens up the leg kick. Big right hand there from Banks. Now that got Clark's attention. Standing 8 there from Clark. Clark took that one on the chin. Looking like he's fully recovered. See if Banks can follow up now. Clark now a little bit more frantic and trying to chase down Banks. Needs to be careful not to walk into another big right hand as Banks is loading up. Banks living up to that nickname, the banger, that you see right there on his trunks. Big high kick there from Banks. Banks had briefly switched to southpaw. Now Clark switched to conventional. A lot of switch hitters here so far in 2 fights. Big confidence boost for Banks.
Yeah, he's much more aggressive this round. He's not backing up the whole time.
He knows he has the power to put Clark on his seat. I think eye poke there. Banks shaking it off. They would have given him more time, but he opts to fight on. Clark trying to take advantage now, picking up the pace. Bicycle knee there from Clark. Didn't land flush. But now he's got the pressure onto Banks. Banks coming back
nice.
Now. Oh, man. Strong finish from Clark, but you got to give the extra point to Banks with that knockdown in that round. 1-1 so far, but Banks gets an extra point for that knockdown in round 2. So Clark needs the 3rd round. He needs that one bad, if not a knockout. Clark needs a knockdown himself just to win this fight. If he just wins it just on points alone, it will be a draw. If we gave Banks that extra points in round 2. Third and final round underway. Hook kick attempt there from Clark. Narrowly misses Banks, and Banks answers back with the check hook of his own. Man. Oh! Laser straight left down the middle for Clark, followed by that kick. It's almost like the instincts of Banks wants to work for a takedown. Referee's telling him you can't do that unless you're working for a clinch. And really with those 4-ounce gloves, Kyle, I was almost a little confused myself. I was expecting to see a couple of a follow-up with that knockdown.
I was too.
Oh, man, he took that one right on the cup. Oh, man, Banks is just yelling in agony right now. Man, I saw that one. That was a leg kick at full force intended for the leg that went right into his groin. That's going to be a tough one to recover from, Kyle.
Wow. If he can't continue, what do you think will happen?
They may have a no contest, or since they made it to the third round, they may try to score what they got, depending on how Louisiana's commission wants to call this one. Man, even if he does decide to fight on, when you get fouled there with a low blow, I mean, I've taken a hard low blow during training, and it's almost like you're done for the day. It's like just the slightest brush on your stomach area, you just feels like you're in just excruciating pain.
Yeah.
A fight, you at least have the advantage of having that adrenaline kicking in. You might be able just to fight it on to finish the round.
I don't think adrenaline's getting him through this one.
Yeah, I mean, he's writhing in pain right now. They typically give him a full 5 minutes, but man, even 5 minutes, he might need 10 times that amount to get through this. Just a lesson to be learned for all fighters. I mean, find yourself a fitted cup. Everybody has like a different body type, so some of the cups might not fit the same way. You know, some guys may not fully be able to, the cup might readjust, whatever the case may be, but I know some people that recommend like the tie cups that you actually have to tie in the back. That way you just secure it in place and it's not going to move. Banks is a warrior. He's not going to let this one end with a foul. He's going to, I think it's pretty obvious from his body language. He wants to fight on as soon as he recovers. A lot of credit to him. I'd probably have been out for the count, Kyle. I probably would have called that a day. Man, look at him.
Ready to go.
The banger ready to go for it. And we got just about 34 seconds left in this third and final round. Push kick now for Walker. 20 seconds left between these two featherweights. Prior to the foul, it was hard for me to see. Big check hook there from Banks.
Oh, nice finish for Clark.
Illuminati finishing strong. And the banger, Brandon Banks and the Illuminati, Charles Clark, go the distance here tonight at Raging Fighting Championship. I believe I give a slight edge to Clark in that third round, making this one a draw if you gave an extra point to the banger in round number 2. We'll see what the official one is here shortly. But man, like those low blows, man, they really can change the course of the fight. And you know what, man, they put you at such a disadvantage. I'd almost instruct one of my fighters, if you get fouled like that, and if you're feeling it, you're feeling at a disadvantage, respond in kind. Give him one back to even the odds up a little bit. Make it look like an accident, but shoot, man, once a foul happens, that's not something you can just take back. You know, you can't get that power back. So,
fortunately,
I always say
only
just
30 seconds left.
Yeah.
He didn't really look like he'd lost that much in the last 30 seconds, though.
Well, he did well still. He came back stronger than I sure as the hell would have, I'll tell you that much. It shows you what the heart of a warrior that Banks has.
Banks is a big 145-pounder, isn't he?
Yes. Featherweight division. They are tallying up the scores right now as we await. So you're seeing right now, you're seeing the two fighters and the referee waiting for them to tally up the scores. And from my view, I can see Bryce Boudreaux, our ring announcer, with one of the judges scoring, calculating up. So we're going to make this one official. Let's hand it over to Bryce Boudreaux.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about some noise for both of these warriors right here? What a fight! Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 3, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Judge number 1 scoring this bout 29-27 in favor of Clark. Judge number 2 scoring this bout 28-28 for a draw. Your third and final judge scoring this bout 29-27 in favor of your winner by majority decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, Charles Illuminati Clark.